Good morning, everyone. I am Jahara Emily Borja, a BS Criminology 2A student. Today, we will tackle about what is forensic photography. I know some of you doesn't know what does forensic photography mean. Forensic photography are two joined words, forensic and photography. First, let us all know what is forensic. Forensic, it is derived from the Latin word forum, which means marketplace, where people gather together for public discussion. When it is used as a conjunction form with other sciences, it connotes a relationship to the administration of justice. It is sometimes used interchangeably with the word legal. So, in a simpler term, forensic means a marketplace. It is recording of image to be used in the court presentation. On the other hand, what does photography mean? Photography is derived from the Greek word photos for light and graphos for drawing.
Photography is the art and science of reproducing an image, means light, through some sensitized material with the aid of camera, lens, and accessories, and is the chemical process required in order to produce a photograph. Photography is a study concerning the production of permanent records of images with a combined action of light on sensitive surface, a mechanical device, example, camera, and a chemical processing, film development, and printing. As a process, it is the method of using light to produce identical image of an object that can be preserved permanently. Photography simply means to draw in the light.
Each crime scene has unique characteristics, and the type of photographs necessary will be determined at the scene with the investigator. It is a photographic documentation of evidence and specific details for presentation of an argument and course of law. Elements of photography. There are four elements of photography: light, sensitized materials, camera and accessories, and the last one is the chemical process. Now, let us talk about what is light. Light. It is a radiant energy that makes things visible, are classified by the wavelength into a system known as the electromagnetic spectrum. Natural light is full spectrum and dynamic. Full spectrum means that the light contains all the colors of rainbow. Dynamic means that the light intensity and color temperature changes with the time of the day. The sun emits radiation over the full range of wavelengths, but the Earth's atmosphere blocks a lot of ultraviolet and infrared radiations. While artificial light is visible light generated by artificial light sources and usually also contains some IR and UV radiation as opposed to natural daylight. Visible and IR radiation. In simple terms, natural light is light that is generated naturally. The common source of it is the sun, while artificial light is typically produced by electrical appliances or human made. Sensitized material, composed of highly sensitized chemical compound which is capable of being transformed, of becoming an image through the action of light with some chemical process. Chemical process is the process necessary for reducing silver halides into form so as latent image and a positive image can be made. Relative accuracy. The speed or line traveling power of the lens equals the ratio of the focal length to the diameter of its lens equals or the relative brightness of the image using brightness as compared with the brightness of the subject. Depth of field. The distance between the nearest and the farthest object in apparent sharp focus when the lens is focused at a given point. Hyperfocal distance. The nearest distance at which the lens is focused at a particular f number to give maximum depth of field. Depth of focus. The maximum permissible distance within which the film may be placed without exceeding the circle of diffusion in order to produce the image shown. Distortion. A general label referring to a particular distortion. Angle of view. The view of the subject subtended to two lines emerging from the camera of the film extending to the center of the lens. Focal length. The distance measured from the center of the lens to the film plane when the lens is set or focused in infinity position. Resolving power of the lens. It is the maximum angle of resolution. Focus. The means by which the object distance is estimated or calculated to form the image sharp. Lens. A medium or system which converge or diverge the light passing throughout the form images. Positive lens. A converging lens which is despite the fact that it is situated at the center in the agent, and therefore has a positive copolarity, forms the real image of the opposite side of the lens of the source of light. Negative lens. A diverging lens, which is always thinner at the center than the edge, form an image that verges on the same side or source of the lens. Shutter. A construction phase on the path of the light which passes through the lens. Filter. A homogeneous medium which transmit or absorb differentially wavelength of the electromagnetic energy. Correction filter. Those intended to alter the response of the film's spectral sensitivity in terms of brightness value as seen in the naked eye. Contrast filter. Those intended to darken or lighten certain colors which would produce of the same brightness without the use of color. Neutral density filters. Those which are intended to reduce the intensity of brightness. Haze filters. Those are intended to minimize haze distance objects to atmospheric haze or bluish color of the sky. Circle of confusion. A Z-form image of a point in the object, the allowance circle of confusion is usually 1 to 1000 of the focal length of the length in inches. Filter factor. The ratio of the time of exposure with and without the filter for the same effective exposure. Flash synchronization. The mechanical or electrical adjustment to make sure the shutter is open and the flash lamp reach the peak of each flash at the same time. Parallax error. The displacement of an image point when viewed at a different point of angle. Shape. Relates the general form, configuration, or outline of individual objects. Fluid. Refers to the brilliance with which light is reflected from objects without fluid decoration. Which is photographic images. The shape of the object obviously depends on the resolution of the source image. It is an expression of quality measured by visibly separated lines. It is expressed as the maximum number of the lines per millimeter that can be resolved or seen as individual separated lines. Any magnification beyond that is required to make the line count, for the resolution of the final print will decrease the image quality. Magnification is sized as changing by the use of optical instruments. The ratio between photographic images and the object. Shadow. Shadow. The absence of reduction of light in hidden space caused by opaque objects blocking light rays. Light meter. It is an instrument designed to measure the amount of light falling or reflected from the subject. The information is used to make the aperture and shutter settings in a camera. Light meter acceptor. The eye of the camera metering system. Accelerator. One of the 4 subparts of a developer's solution. It is the purpose of it is to express the activity of the reducing agent, delos. It is a light type holding a curtain type sleeve that connects the camera body and the lens. It also provides flexibility in the camera. Bracket exposure. It is making one or more exposure calculated to be connected. Flash method. A handheld light sensing device used to measure the burst of light from one or more electric flash. Functions of photography in the field of law enforcement. Identification. Identification helps the investigator in solving the case through identifying people or inanimate objects. To identify a missing person or a criminal. To identify who are the civilians. To identify the lost and the stolen properties. Communication and microfilm files. It is able to transmit photos for evidence purposes and investigate report files. Evidence is the means sanctioned by the rules of court, ascertaining in a judicial proceeding the truth respecting a matter. It reports and preserves. It helps the investigator to analyze and examine crime. It also holds permanent visual record. Action of offenders. It familiarizes with crime. It establishes the admission and conviction of the offender and to reconstruct the evidence in the crime scene. Court exception proves the criminal. Court when the criminal doubt, projection slides, and store evidence. History of photography. Around 1000 AD, Ibn al-Haytham, or other known as Alhazen, was the first man who invented camera obscura, or other known as dark chamber. Later then, in the year 1700s, camera obscura, or dark chamber, was later then designed by the famous Leonardo da Vinci. In the year 1729 or 1727, light sensitivity of silver nitride and silver chloride solution had been discovered and investigated. Through photography, in the year 1816, Joseph Salvatore Pietri was able to obtain camera images on papers sensitized with silver chloride solution. Year 1839, Louis Jacques Daguerre made the daguerreotype the first practical photography process. Image was made permanent by the use of typing. William Henry Fox Talbot in the year 1841 patented calotype process, a negatives on paper sensitized with silver dioxide and silver nitride. These were contact and synthesized. In the year 1839, Sir John S. W. Herschel coined the word photography. Thank you, and once again, good afternoon.